Right, this is going to be a boring short video for anybody who wants to see fixing done. They're not going to get seeing it in this. I'm going to tell you what I done and what was wrong, what I've done, and what was wrong with it. First of all, the strings were far too heavy. There were 54s on the top, and 54s put too much pressure on the skin. And when there was another thing too, the tuning was going in and out. The skin was quite loose. So you have a loose skin and heavy strings, so the tuning, any change of temperature, in and out, and also if you lean on it or you press it or play it too much, the skin's being too loose, will change the tuning. Also, this was too tight downwards, pressing on the strings, and when this was down, the shield, it started to change the tuning itself. So any playing or anything like that that would change the tuning. So it's just supposed to be resting and pressing slightly on the strings to give you the angle to the bridge. The bridge and saddle, the saddle's slightly damaged, but it's good enough. The height was wrong. The height wasn't wrong, far too high. So I went inside and adjusted the neck rods to get the height right. At this end, the nut was too high as well. There was very high action on everything, and I changed the strings to 6s and cleaned it up a bit. What else have I done? Yeah, I set the intonation. You can't really get perfect intonation on a banjo because you're moving this and twisting this, so it's pretty good, and I think it's staying in tune, but you can never tell. I took off the tuners and checked them, and they're all tight enough, but they're pretty crap tuners, and I always think that the thing you should invest in is good quality tuners if you're going to have a guitar that you want to keep, or a banjo even that you want to keep. But other than that, the other aspect was that the bolts that hold it onto the acoustic board or the baffle at the back were loose, and that meant that you didn't have a tight connection to the baffle, so the vibrations of the banjo were not getting through as much as they should be, so they needed to be tight but not overly tightened, of course. So we have a nice sound now. Tell you a story about a man named Jed, or about nearby kept his family fed, yeah, etc, 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 you know. Brand new strings, they need to be constantly tuned. On a banjo and in most instruments, it's generally speaking only those 3 strings that will need time to bed in. And what I do is I put my finger on there and pull them up tight. Not too hard because you don't put too much pressure on the string. Pull them up to stretch them. Pull them up each time to stretch them, and then tune it. And you may have to do that 3 or 4 times. Because if you went on the stage with brand new strings, you'd be out of tune within 10 seconds. I tuned it flat, and when you put it up, it does change the tuning. So best to tune it when you're at the playing angle. So, but I can't tune it because the tuner's on my phone and my phone's doing the video. But overall, that's it. That's all I had to do. They changed the design of this, just a matter of interest. They changed the design of this. You used to have a little bit more room to move the neck up and down, but they've made a slot in it now, so you don't get the room to make the slot and move the neck up and down, and you have to use the inside board. Anything else to tell you? No, nothing at all. Oh yeah, 54s and 14s at the bottom, far too heavy. I changed them to 9s. The 9s are always my favorite string. Nice little Ozark, very popular these days, getting more popular too. Ciao.